evening and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 5. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight's top stories. A family left with questions after their child died, the mother died during childbirth at Memorial Hospital. The family speaking out tonight. And new details about the triple homicide in Lamont Friday night. The Kern County Sheriff's Office saying they believe it was gang related. The victims, all teenagers, their identities released tonight. Plus, the Kern County Fair Board holding their first public meeting of the year. A look at any updates on the controversial state audit from last year. 23 ABC News at 5 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 5 starts now.
Good evening. Officials have identified the 3 victims who were shot and killed in Lamont Friday evening. The coroner's office says teenagers ages 16, 17, and 18 were the victims. 23 ABC's Bayan Wang spoke with officials who provided new information about the case. He joins us live from Lamont now tonight. Bayan?
Yeah, Jessica, the first thing that the Kern County Sheriff's Office revealed to me was that they believe this shooting was gang-related. For reference, this is the 4th gang-related shooting in Kern County this year. But officials tell me that this is the first homicide including minors this year. And just for perspective, in all of 2019, KCSO only dealt with 1 instance where a minor was killed in a homicide. I spoke to several residents out here in Lamont who kind of recalled the night that they heard gunshots ring out, and also several more people who came here to this makeshift vigil, candlelit vigil. First, we're going to go ahead and hear from a friend of 18-year-old Adrian Ochoa.
He was friendly. He talked to everybody. He always had a smile on his face.
Everything but a smile was apparent at 2 vigils held in Lamont near the fatal shooting on Friday that killed 16-year-old Valentin Eli Ramirez, 17-year-old Raul Fernandez, and 18-year-old Adrian Ochoa.
The 16 and 17-year-olds are the first juveniles killed by homicide here in 2020.
Officials say the shooting near Fairfax Road and Buena Vista Boulevard was gang-related. 2 of the victims were found dead in a car. The 3rd victim was found dead lying on soil at a vineyard nearby. What goes through your mind?
Sadness. He was too young to go.
Several nearby residents, like Brian Jeppesen, called 911 when the shooting occurred.
We were watching a movie, and we just heard this rapid pop sound. This pop, 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 pop. Sounded like firecrackers going off.
Roll 1 Louis 15. Have an RP at Phillips and Ralph saying that shots heard.
Moments after, a sea of red and blue lights consumed the streets. A police helicopter had hovered above, but no suspects were located.
We don't have any arrests or suspect information at this time, so as always, if anyone knows anything, they're strongly urged to call us.
The 16 and 17-year-old victims were students at Miramonte High School and Nueva High School, according to the Kern High School District. They issued a statement saying in part that they sympathize with the families and have grief counselors on campus helping students and faculty during this difficult time. What do you think you're going to miss most about your buddy?
Him going to the store and talking to us, chilling outside, sitting down.
And we asked officials exactly what indicators led deputies to believe that this incident was gang-related. They weren't able to confirm that at this point in their investigation. We also wanted to be clear, so we asked if any of the victims here were any known gang members in Kern County. They weren't able to reveal that either, but they are asking anyone with information to call their department. You can find that number on our website, turn23.com. But for now, live in Lamont, Bayan Wang, 23 ABC. Connecting you.
Tonight, the Kern County Fair is holding its 3rd board meeting since allegations surfaced that the fair misused over $300,000 in funds. A state audit released in August detailed a California county fair that misused state resources and violated multiple state laws. It has not been confirmed that the audit is talking about Kern County's fair, but officials have said that it is likely the fair in question. 23 ABC's Austin Westfall is at the meeting and has a wrap-up on everything you need to know ahead of tonight's meeting.
Many in the community are upset with the Fair's board because of the details alleged in that state audit. This will be the 3rd time that the board has met publicly since those allegations have come out. The last 2 meetings had several moments where things got hectic.
I know you're adjourned. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, Blodgett. Now that we know each other's first names and you know I've known you for a long time, are you happy? No,
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Well, that's too bad.
And I'm going to make a big issue out of it.
Good girl. Yeah, go.
That was just one exchange between Fair Board Chairman Balaji Rodriguez and a person who attended October's Kern County Fair Board of Directors meeting. Many concerned citizens feeling unsatisfied because the board did not respond to concerns and questions about an audit by the California Department of Food and Agriculture. The audit saying that a California County Fair, which many believe to be the Kern County Fair, misused state resources and violated multiple state laws. A disappointed crowd also showing up to another meeting in November.
The audit that the state did is not old business.
Due to whistleblower law, we are unable to disclose the name of the fair that was subject to the state auditor's report.
The problems, according to the audit, include over $300,000 in misused funds, including $132,000 in credit card purchases with no receipts and $30,000 in excessive and illegal travel expenses. The Kern County Fair is not mentioned by name, but the Kern County District Attorney's Office says Fair board members confirmed to them that the audit was likely about the Kern County Fair. 23 ABC has also obtained Las Vegas restaurant receipts with dates and totals matching the exact amounts detailed in the audit. They were signed by Kern County Fair President and CEO Mike Olcott. Olcott avoiding our questions during the October meeting. Have you heard from the state about the investigation? But board member Lucas Espericueta addressing concerns that the fair misused taxpayer dollars.
We're operated like a business. Our revenue, the tickets from sales, the tickets from parking, our take from concessions, all that is part of our revenue, and paying all of our employees is part of our expenses. We don't receive or abuse any taxpayer money, and because it's the money that we generate here at the fair.
The DA's office is investigating the fair following the audit. We reached out to them today, and they could not provide an update on their investigation. We'll have more coming up on 23 ABC News at 6 regarding what happens at today's meeting. But for now in Bakersfield, Austin Westfall, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Austin, thanks for that. Bakersfield police impounded several cars in their efforts to put the brakes on street racing. The BPD conducted 2 operations over the weekend. The first on Friday resulted in 11 citations with another 10 tickets on Saturday. A total of 4 cars were impounded. Officials say 2 people were arrested for grand theft auto. Additional operations are reportedly scheduled over the next few weeks.
Well, we felt quiet and dry conditions across Kern County this weekend, and that's exactly what we were seeing today here in Kern County. 54 degrees right now here in Bakersfield. You can see the valley is mostly clear, but looking at some banking clouds in the mountains. Those temperatures are up from this time yesterday, up 5 degrees here in Bakersfield, 3 in Fraser Park, and nearly 7 in some of our desert cities. And this warming trend is going to continue over the next several afternoons. But this evening, as soon as that sun sets, we are going to be dropping down quickly by 10 p.m. down to 43 degrees, dipping into those 30s with cloudy skies into Tehachapi and the rest of the mountains, but clear skies in our desert cities. By tomorrow, you can expect seasonal conditions by noon, a high of 56 degrees with that good air quality. But we are tracking our next winter storm on the way. I'll let you know when you can expect to see rain coming up next.
The city of Bakersfield is taking its first steps toward replacing city manager Alan Tandy, who retired last week. Earlier today, the mayor, city council, and city attorney interviewed potential candidates for the position. They also discussed a potential interim city manager. Tandy retired after nearly 30 years with the city of Bakersfield. The interviews will be continued until tomorrow, and of course, we'll continue to follow their progress and share any information right here and on our website, turnto23.com. County supervisors are expected to vote tomorrow on the next steps toward approving a new low-barrier homeless shelter. It's an agreement between the county and the Community Action Partnership of Kern in making CAPK the sole source provider to operate the shelter. Documents indicate the shelter is expected to be completed by next month. If approved, the agreement will be in place for a 3-year term beginning tomorrow, the day of the meeting, and then ending January 13th in 2023. The board is expected to vote on the agreement tomorrow morning. The board is also asking for public comment from anyone potentially impacted by the governor's increase in regulations on the oil industry. If you remember, in November, Governor Gavin Newsom issued a moratorium on permits for wells using high-pressure steam to extract oil. The board is asking for the oil community to attend tomorrow's meeting and discuss the economic impacts the restrictions cause. Members of the governor's administration are also scheduled to attend that meeting. The Department of Housing and Community Development announced it will be providing more than $270,000 to Kern County to go toward combating homelessness. According to a press release from the office of Congressman TJ Cox, the funding is expected to go toward the new emergency shelter, community outreach, rapid rehousing, and grant administration. The award comes as part of funding from the 2019 Emergency Solution Grants Program. The program awarded a total of $460,000 to the 21st Congressional District. Cox said in a release, quote, "Homelessness is a major issue in California, and we must address both the crisis and its root causes." Still to come here on 23 ABC News at 5, it's a program in Kern County aimed at protecting people from getting hit by cars at night. More on how Project Light Up the Night is now expanding into Arvin. Allison?
And we will be mostly sunny and seasonal for the first half of the week, but that's all changing by Thursday. I have more details on our next winter storm coming up next.